Namaskar. Welcome to Sports 360, the weekly roundup show of sports from around the world. I am Tejinder Singh. Today in this show we'll talk about the upcoming Indian tour of South African cricket team, which will kickstart from tomorrow with a T20 match at Dharamshala. Smith is again on fire in Ashes, and with that the debate of who's the best in cricket has again come to the forefront. We will have a look at some of the stats of the best in this business. And a similar question in world of tennis. With Nadal winning the US Open, he is just one Grand Slam short of reaching the record of 20 Grand Slam wins. A look at the chances of who will win the race for most men's Grand Slam titles. And in some other stories, Indian men football team's good performance in 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, and also a look at Euro 2020 qualifiers. But first of all, the top story of the week. South Africa kicks off their Indian tour tomorrow with a 3-match T20 series followed by 3-match Test series. This will be India's second series since the World Cup, while the South African team had a long break since the mega event.
After getting the better of West Indies in their own backyard, Team India will look for similar level of performance against South Africa in the upcoming blockbuster series at home. The Proteas will be eager to make amends following a dismal show at the World Cup, while Virat Kohli's troops will be hopeful of continuing the form that saw them win the T20, ODI and Test series in the Caribbean recently. The two teams will be playing 3 T20s and 3 Test matches. This will be India's second series since the World Cup, while South African team had a long break since the mega event. Let's take a look at South Africa tour of India. T20 series, India versus South Africa. The number 3 ranked Proteas will take on the number 4 ranked Indian side in 3 T20s. The first T20 will be played on 15th of September at Dharamshala. The second T20 will be played in Mohali on 18th September, while the third and final T20 will be played in Bengaluru on 22nd September. The series will be one to watch out for, given that both sides have exciting T20 players in their ranks. So far in India versus South Africa T20s, India have won 8 games, which is 3 more than South Africa, while 1 match got abandoned. Test series, India versus South Africa. The shortest format of the game will be followed by the longest. The winner of the Test series wins Gandhi Mandela Trophy, which is also known as Freedom Trophy. In Test, both sides feature in the top 3 of the ICC Test team rankings. In this series, South Africa will open their campaign in the ICC World Test Championship. The opening test will be commenced on 2nd October in Visakhapatnam. The second test match will be played from October 10 to October 14 in Pune, while the third test match will be played from October 19 to October 23 in Ranchi. India and South Africa have faced each other so far a total of 36 times in the red ball cricket. In these 36 encounters, the Indian cricket team has come out as the better side in 11 matches to South Africa's 15, while 10 matches ended in a draw. Sports Desk, DD News.
And to talk more about the sports news, we are joined in our studio by sports expert Malay Nirav. Malay, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Malay, India versus South Africa. Now this series is going to start. First, T20s. India had a good run in West Indies, but South Africa had a very bad run in the World Cup, and they're coming back after a long break. So India definitely seems to have an edge playing in their own backyard. How do you see this series?
Well, definitely India have an edge, but at the same time, don't forget that there are new faces in South African team. After their disastrous exit from the World Cup, this is the first major international tournament that they are going to have. And in this, they have 4 debutants. So Quinton de Kock, who himself is an institution, the man who can turn the tide, he is leading the side, and it should not be a cakewalk for the Indian team. Indian team also has inexperienced players with only 4 of the old guards to take them along. So it's going to be a good kind of a battle between the bat and the ball. The fact that both sides have inexperienced players, the fact that we have the T20 World Cup in the offing, and both sides would be trying to make sure that they have the best ones going to represent their countries, respective countries there. I think it's going to be a good game of cricket.
Well, India will also be hoping, keeping an eye on the T20 World Cup, which is coming up next year to be played in Australia. So do you think the team would be in an experimental mode, or they would go straight away to win these games?
Well, Look, they're already in the experimental mode because with Bumrah not there, with Bhuvneshwar Kumar not there, with Yuzvendra Chahal not there, with Kuldeep Yadav not there, with Washington Sundar there, with Chahar there, and new faces there like Saini there and Khalil there, I think they're already in the experimental mode, and there's no harm experimenting here with South African team because they are also trying their youngsters, you are also trying your youngsters, and I hope that there will not be the problem of plenty for them. That is another problem. So if you have a very strong bench strength, you better watch out as to who is the best, who can deliver, tough battle ahead, tough chances ahead, tough matches ahead. So, for example, people like Rishabh Pant will have a problem, because Sanju Samson is waiting in the wings. So this is going to be a tough call for the selection committee of India to see who is going to be performing better, and this is a very, very good test of their nerves and their strength.
So a lot to offer in this series. Going to be a very, very interesting series, especially the T20. But let's now talk about the test as well. Shubman Gill got a maiden test call-up, while out-of-form opener KL Rahul has been axed from Indian squad for the 3-match test series against South Africa. Rohit Sharma has also been confirmed as an opener for the series by the selection committee. Chairman MSK Prasad.
BCCI named a 15-man squad for the 3-match test series against South Africa starting October 2nd. KL Rahul, who had a poor time in the 2 tests in West Indies, was dropped, while Shubman Gill got his maiden call-up in the test side. Regular ODI opener Rohit Sharma will don the same role in tests as well, which was confirmed by the chairman of selectors MSK Prasad. There were no other surprises in the Indian side for the 3 test matches. Ranked number 1 in the ICC test rankings, India also lead the points table in the World Test Championship with 120 points after crushing West Indies in both the matches. The team reads like this: Virat Kohli, captain; Mayank Agarwal, Rohit Sharma, Cheteshwar Pujara, Ajinkya Rahane, vice-captain; Hanuma Vihari, Rishabh Pant, wicket-keeper; Riddhiman Saha, wicket-keeper; R. Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav, Mohammad Shami, Jasprit Bumrah, Ishan Sharma and Shubman Gill. India had lost to South Africa 1-2 the last time these two teams met in early 2018. However, India had won the Test series against South Africa at home in 2015. That was Virat Kohli's first full Test series as captain. Kohli and company kicked off their ICC World Test Championship campaign with a 2-0 series win away in West Indies. The Ravi Shastri coach side, as a result, topped the championship table with 120 points. This will be South Africa's first outing in the World Test Championship. The first of the 3 tests will commence on 2nd October in Visakhapatnam. Sports Desk, DD News.
So 2 important changes in this team, in this test team, which has been announced for South Africa test series. Malay, 2 important changes. Rohit Sharma is back, although he has not had a very good run with the red ball, but again it's time for him to prove himself. And at the same time, Shubman Gill, a very interesting prospect.
Of course, Shubman Gill, a very interesting prospect, fresh blood being inducted, the man who's proved to be doing wonders, man who's already been compared with Virat Kohli so far as cover drives are concerned, the man who cannot be forgotten after his performance in the Under-19 World Cup. He's back, and he's back with a bang, and he's there to prove something or the other. I feel sad for Rahul though, because you see 2 years back this man had an average of over 55 in test matches. Now the ups and downs of his career have reached a point where he has to do work. He has to work very, very hard to find out a place in the team. As I told earlier, there are other people waiting in the flanks and waiting, knocking at the doors to enter the team. At this stage, you have to be in. So, but
and similar hard work for Rohit will be there.
Of course, Rohit will have to prove that he's got the mettle in him to play as an opener in all the formats. It's easier said than done, but then when you are a great player like Rohit Sharma, nothing is impossible. Impossible is written in the dictionary of fools, and this is something that Rohit knows very well, and I'm sure he can perform. He can perform. He has performed in the past. Of course, he has not got too many chances, but when he's got a chance, he needs to grab it with both the hands.
Well, we'll have to wait and watch how this series comes up. But let's now move on to the next story. We are talking about cricket and then Ashes. The Fab Three, or the best three of the current generation, are dominating world cricket now. The Fab Three includes Team India captain Virat Kohli, former Australian captain Steven Smith, and New Zealand captain Kane Williamson.
Steve Smith did not have a great beginning to his test career and averaged just 34.64 in his first 16 tests till the end of 2013, registering only 200s. Since then, he has been having a brilliant term as he scored at an average of 75.64. Kiwi skipper Kane Williamson comes second best with an average in the post-2014 period with 64.25, while the Indian captain comes third with an average of 56.39. A clear look at the numbers amongst the top three batsmen post-2014 clearly shows that Steve Smith is way ahead of the other two. In 51 tests, the Aussie middle-order batsman has scored 5,900 runs in 91 innings with 24 hundreds against his name. Kiwi captain Kane Williamson comes a close second with 4,369 runs in 45 tests with 16 hundreds and a top score of an unbeaten innings of 242. Indian skipper comes a close third with 5,242 runs in 98 innings and 57 test matches. The Indian skipper scored 20 centuries and comes second in the conversion rate into hundreds over Kane, who scored 16 during the same period. If we do a breakup between the home and away performance between the top three players, Steve Smith clearly leads on both fronts. On the home front, Steve Smith is in a league of his own with an average of 94 in the last 5 years, while Virat comes second with an average of 72.45 to the Kiwi skipper coming third at 66.69. If one moves away from home, Steve continues to shine with the bat in the last 5 years with an average of 64.77. Kane comes close second with 61.94, while Virat fares poorly at home with an average of 48.32, pulling him down on the charts. Smith's runs have also contributed significantly in victories for Australia. His average in winning matches is 84.95, the second best in Test history, again after the great Don Bradman at 130.08. There are several parameters which can be used to compare Smith with the other three great batsmen of his era, Virat Kohli, Kane Williamson and Joe Root. The remarkable thing is that the Aussie comes on top on almost every single one of these. Not only does Smith have the highest average amongst the Fab Four, but also the highest average amongst all batsmen since his debut in July 2010. He has registered the maximum hundreds in the least test, 26 in 67 test matches, which means his frequency of scoring 100 is the best amongst the top four, and it comes in every 2.5 innings. He has been Australia's Mr. Dependable, contributing to 18.84% of his team's runs in his career. Smith is in the form of his life. The tougher the challenge, the greater seems to be his performance. Bearing Don Bradman, he may soon leave behind everyone in the race. Sports 360, DD India.
Says a lot about this big three, and now from this big three, moving on to big three in tennis. With win of US Open by Rafael Nadal, who took his Grand Slam title count to 19, just one shot now of Roger Federer's all-time men's record of 20. Nadal is now 3 clear of Novak Djokovic, who has 16 Grand Slam titles. At 33, Nadal may have the upper hand over Federer in the long run, considering the Swiss maestro is 38. There is no one slam where Federer can be called the outright favorite. Nadal, on the other hand, will always be hot favorite at the French Open till he hangs up his boots. Djokovic is just 3 short of Rafa's tally of 19 Grand Slam titles. So who will win the race for the most Grand Slam titles? Let's take a look at the comparative analysis of these 3 big players.
The great three-man race for Grand Slam titles that tennis has been embroiled in over the last decade got a new sense of reality over the weekend in New York when Rafael Nadal at 33 raised his victorious arms for the 19th time at one of the 4 majors. But before we reflect on the Spaniard's numbers, a look back at how far he has come in the last 12 months. Nadal lost most of the second half of 2018 battling injuries. He pulled out of 11 of the 12 hardcore tournaments between August 2018 and Feb 2019 due to a knee injury and an ankle surgery. A look at the big three performance in the Grand Slam gives us a clear picture. Federer has featured in 84 Grand Slams, while Nadal and Djokovic have featured in 59 Grand Slams each. Another statistics that could clearly show the dominance by the big three in Grand Slams. Federer played 31 Grand Slam finals with 20 silverware and 11 second-best shows. Nadal played in 27 finals with 19 wins and 8 losses, while Djokovic has featured in 25 finals with 16 wins and 9 runner-up spots. Purely in terms of winning percentage at the Grand Slams, Nadal takes the top spot with 70.3% success at Grand Slam finals, while Federer fares a bit better at 64.5%, while Novak finishes a close third with 64% success. In the last 3 years, despite the injuries, Nadal has won 5 of the 12 Grand Slams. His appearance per title ratio of 2.4 over this period is significantly better than his career average of 3.1%. Federer played 10 Grand Slams and won 3 between 2017 and 19, but has been winless since the 2018 Australian Open or in his last 6. Djokovic has won 4 Grand Slams in 11 appearances since the beginning of 2017. Nadal, who is 5 years younger than Federer, is playing close to his finest tennis, and his 5-set victory over Daniil Medvedev was probably his best Grand Slam final performance in the face of an onslaught from an opponent 10 years his junior. Nadal is just one shy of Federer's mark of 20. Nadal's track record in the last 3 years, his age and his near invincibility on clay suggests that the Spaniard has the inside track of becoming the winningest Grand Slam champion in history. Though Novak Djokovic at 32 sits on 16 Grand Slam titles and is in blistering form, remains the biggest threat. Federer versus Nadal versus Djokovic is just getting better with every Grand Slam tournament. We wish it brings out the best in the new year too. Sports 360, TT News.
And in our studios, we have our sports expert, Malay Nirav. Malay, what is so special about these three guys, these big three in tennis? They have been ruling the court for almost 2 decades now.
Not only ruling the court, every time you see them coming in for Grand Slams, everybody starts saying, well, is this going to be the end of the era of the big three? And the answer turns out to be no. Not yet. Because you see the graph, which has been sometimes seen as falling, again goes up. You can't really count Federer out yet. Though there are people who are saying that Federer's golden days are over. But, well, the shine may slightly be less than what it was earlier. You can't count him out. And so that is true of Nadal and as well as Djokovic. You know, that's the same story applies to these two.
But whom do you think in the coming time?
In the coming times, you look at Nadal. Nadal is much younger to Federer, and Nadal, the way he played in this US Grand Slam and the way he faced Medvedev in the final, who like a tortoise was crawling first. You never knew whether he would be there in the finals or not, but finally when he was there, he was 2 sets down. Then again, it was a 5-setter in which Nadal had to really work hard to win. But the way Nadal won and the way Medvedev lost, that showed the kind of grit and determination and stamina that Nadal possesses, and therefore I would say that it's not the day is not far when Nadal would be taking over Federer in terms of number of Grand Slams win. But at the same time, I would also say that Roger Federer is a comeback master. You never know. He's a comeback king. He can come back and add a couple of more to his existing total.
Well, being a fan of Roger Federer, I would believe that he makes a comeback and again is able to win another Grand Slam. But we'll have to wait and watch, and it's a very interesting rivalry between these players. Thanks a lot, Murray, for coming to our show and talking to us on these sports. Thanks a lot. And now moving on to some other sports. India held reigning Asian champions Qatar to a goalless draw in a 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifying clash at Doha on Tuesday. The Blue Tigers had to withstand tremendous pressure from the home side throughout the 90 minutes. But then they held firm at the bat to open their account in Group E. Qatar resisted 27 shots in comparison to 2 from opposition, but the Indian goalkeeper Gurpreet Singh Sandhu was the star of the show as he bailed his team out of the trouble on multiple occasions with some excellent saves.
Once again from distance, Indian goalkeeper Gurpreet Singh Sandhu played the match of his life as India held Asian champions Qatar to a famous 0-0 draw to earn their first point in a Group E second round FIFA World Cup qualifying match in Doha. Without the services of talisman Sunil Chhetri, who was indisposed, Gurpreet led the Indian team, who are 41 ranks below Qatar in the FIFA rankings. Qatar are ranked 62 in the world to India's 103. Qatar came close to score for the first time in the match in the 13th minute when Abdulaziz received a misplaced pass at the edge of the box from Mandar Rao Desai and attempted a shot at goal. However, his attempt went high and wide. The Bengaluru FC goalkeeper, who was recently awarded the Arjuna Award, made a string of saves to keep hosts at bay for the entire duration of the match. Qatar had 27 shots on target and yet failed to beat Indian goalkeeper. Qatar got two easy chances in the 20th and 21st minute respectively, but Gurpreet Singh stood firm on his ground and denied them from scoring. Indian team looked more determined in the second half of the match. India's first major attack came in the 52nd minute when Indian winger Udanta tried to place the ball towards the far post, but it went wide. Udanta could have shocked Qatar by breaking the deadlock in the 82nd minute when he attempted a shot from the edge of the box, but his curling effort sailed above the crossbar. India, who had suffered a heartbreaking 1-2 loss to Oman in their opening match on September 5 in Guwahati, now have 1 point from 2 matches, while Qatar have 4 points as they had beaten Afghanistan 6-0 in their first match in Doha. India will next take on Bangladesh on October 15 in the Group E clash of the World Cup 2022 qualifiers. Sports Desk, DD News.
England, Spain and Portugal maintained their perfect starts to the Euro 2020 qualifying campaigns. England beat Bulgaria 4-0 and Kosovo 5-3 at home. Spain won 2-1 in Romania and beat the Faroe Islands 4-0 at the home. Portugal registered their first 2 victories of the qualifying campaign, winning 4-2 in Serbia and 5-1 in Lithuania. More in Euro 2020 qualifying roundup.
Portugal captain Cristiano Ronaldo took his international goals tally to 93 when he scored 4 times to give the European champions a 5-1 win away to Lithuania in their Euro 2020 qualifier on Tuesday. Playing in his 161st international, the 34-year-old notched his 8th hat-trick for his country and the 54th of his career to help Portugal through. The result keeps Portugal in an automatic qualifying place, 5 points behind Group B leaders Ukraine. England's relentless march towards Euro 2020 continued with a thrilling 5-3 victory over Kosovo. However, a shoddy defensive display and the fearless approach of their opponents meant this turned into a night of concern for manager Gareth Southgate. The result leaves England top of Group A with 100% winning record after 4 games, while the Czech Republic moved into second place with a 3-0 win over Montenegro. Antoine Griezmann missed his second penalty in 4 days, but France still beat Andorra 3-0 in Euro 2020 qualifying. Kingsley Coman grounded goalkeeper Joseph Gomes to give Les Bleus the lead. Griezmann crossed for Barcelona teammate Clement Lenglet to head home his first international goal. And Wissam Ben Yedder added a late third from a rebound after Gomes saved Nabil Fekir's effort. France slipped to second place in Group H despite their win. Northern Ireland's Euro 2020 qualifying hope suffered a major setback as they lost 2-0 to Germany in a pulsating qualifier at Windsor Park. With this win, Germany go top of Group C above Northern Ireland on goal difference. Spain moved closer to reaching Euro 2020 with a comfortable 4-0 qualifying win over Faroe Islands in Group F. Valencia's Rodrigo scored twice for Spain, while Paco Alcácer added 2 late on. Robert Moreno's side are on top, having won all 6 of their games and are 7 points clear of Sweden in second place. Sports Desk, DD News.
Cristiano Ronaldo edged closer to all-time international goals record with 4 more in Portugal's Euro 2020 qualifying victory over Lithuania. The evergreen 34-year-old scored a first-half penalty and a second-half hat-trick to take his tally to his country to 93 goals, and therefore Ronaldo is our player of the week. And back home, Feroz Shah Kotla Cricket Stadium has been renamed after former Union Minister and President of Delhi and Cricket Association DDCA late Arun Jaitley. The renaming of the stadium was done to honor the leader who served as DDCA President from 1999 to 2013. Union Home Minister Amit Shah was the chief guest on the occasion, and the event was also attended by Sports Minister Kiran Rijiju. At the same function, a stand at Delhi's famous cricket venue was named after Indian captain Virat Kohli.
The iconic Feroz Shah Kotla Stadium in the national capital is renamed after former Union Minister late Arun Jaitley. In a function at Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, Home Minister Amit Shah digitally inaugurated the renamed Arun Jaitley Cricket Stadium in presence of late Finance Minister's family.
सबसे पहले तो मैं अरुण जी के सभी चाहने वालों और भारतीय जनता पार्टी की ओर से श्री रजत शर्मा का हृदय से धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं कि इन्होंने ये स्टेडियम का नाम श्री अरुण जेटली के साथ जोड़ा है। जहां तक क्रिकेट का सवाल है, बीसीसीआई आज जिस मकाम पर है उसमें अरुण जी का बहुत बड़ा रोल है। श्री जगमोहन डालमिया जी ने बीसीसीआई को आज का स्वरूप देने का काम किया और अरुण जी ने आईपीएल के वक्त, आईपीएल की जब रचना हो रही थी, एक लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट इस तरह से बनाया कि टेस्ट क्रिकेट भी बना रहा, वनडे क्रिकेट भी बना रहा और आईपीएल भी साथ में चल पड़ा।
DDCA also unveiled a new pavilion stand at Feroz Shah Kotla after skipper Virat Kohli, who recently became the most successful Indian captain in Test cricket.
It's a very proud moment for me and my whole family, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And more importantly, it's more special because it's happening at the same time as the stadium being named after Shri Arun Jaitley ji. For me, मैं उनकी फैमिली से आके मिला और मैंने उन्हें ये बोला कि दुनिया उनको बहुत अलग नज़रिए से जानती है, लेकिन मैं उनको एक इंसान के तौर पर उनको मैंने जाना है। जब मेरे फादर साहब की डेथ हो गई थी तो उन्होंने अपना कीमती समय निकालकर मेरे घर पर आकर मेरा हौसला बढ़ाया और मुझे मोटिवेशन दी।
Arun Jaitley, who was at the helm of DDCA from 1999 to 2013, was credited for bringing better facilities, including a world-class stadium, to Delhi cricket.
जब मैं DDCA का अध्यक्ष बना तो उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि क्रिकेटर्स के लिए कुछ करना चाहिए, 4-5 एकेडमीज बनाओ। मैं आज आपके सामने ऐलान करता हूं कि DDCA ने 2 क्रिकेट एकेडमी बनाने का फैसला किया है। DDA ने हमें उसके लिए ज़मीन दी है। दिल्ली के लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर अनिल बैजल साहब का मैं शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूं। हम ऐसी एकेडमीज बनाएंगे जिसमें गरीब बच्चों को मुफ्त क्रिकेट की ट्रेनिंग दी जा सके।
Besides the family members of late Arun Jaitley, the event was also attended by Sports Minister Kiran Rijiju, former Sports Minister Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore, ex-skipper Kapil Dev and former Indian opener Chetan Chauhan, among others. The renaming of the stadium is aimed at honouring Jaitley's role in developing cricket in the national capital region. However, the ground will continue to be called Feroz Shah Kotla. Mukesh Shukla's report for DD News, Delhi.
An inspired display from goalkeeper Gurpreet Singh Sandhu helped India earn a famous draw against reigning Asian Cup champions Qatar in the second group game of the World Cup qualifiers in Doha. Qatar registered 27 shots in comparison to 2 from India, but Indian goalkeeper Gurpreet Singh Sandhu was the star of the show as he bailed his team out of the trouble on multiple occasions with some excellent saves. So there's the save of the week. And now on to Image of the Week. The most famous trophy in international cricket, the Ashes urn, will remain with Australia after Tim Paine's team beat England by 185 runs in 4th Test in Manchester. Aussie players made a huddle and sang a folk song out loud at the ground. Legendary fast bowler Glenn McGrath, who was at his commentary assignment, also joined the huddle. This is our Image of the Week. You enjoy these images and we'll take your leave till next week. Namaskar.